Hey everyone, it's Troy Harper here. How you doing? So glad to be back with you guys. Very excited to be here. I can't wait to get into what we're going to discuss today. Or I guess what I'm going to discuss. There's no one with me, so God, I'm glad to be back, guys. I've missed you. I've missed being down here, hanging out with you guys. I've got a great show for you guys today, and this is episode 20 of season 2 of Harper Cigar Lounge. Welcome, welcome, and hope you guys will enjoy this time today with me. I've got a stinger of a show for you today, so stick around. So look out for anything that could sting you today. But anyway, I do want to welcome anybody from the Cigar Junkies podcast to hang out today, or anybody at Cigars Daily Nation to hang out and watch this today as well. I welcome all of you other groups, and I just can't wait to get into this today, guys. So, and then another group out there, Cigars, Cinema, and Smoke, I believe, is the other group out there that I've discovered. That's really good. You guys are definitely welcome here as well. Just to remind you guys, this podcast is based around hard rock, heavy metal music, and premium cigars, of course. So if you're not into heavy metal, hard rock, this may not be the show for you, but I welcome you. Hopefully this show will maybe get you back into hard rock, heavy metal, and premium cigars if you've quit listening to this kind of music or have maybe stopped smoking cigars for a while. Maybe the show will encourage you to get back into listening to hard rock, heavy metal, and to get back into smoking premium cigars. So hopefully the show will do some good. Hopefully you'll learn something from it and get educated today. And hopefully you'll leave this feeling pretty good about yourself. And so anyway, again, thank you for all your support, guys, for being here and for being a member of Harper Cigar Lounge. If you haven't joined my YouTube channel yet under Harper Cigar Lounge, make sure you join and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up for me. Leave your comments. And make sure you check out my other podcast called Dropping the Ash Podcast. That's just based around cigars and cigar tips and reviewing cigars as well. So check that out on YouTube as well under Harper Cigar Lounge. Kind of a side podcast that I've been doing for just a little bit of time now. So fairly new with that one as for the most part still. So, but anyway, guys, welcome. I won't ramble on too much. Let's get into what we're going to be discussing here. The cigar I'm smoking today is the DAMA Valada Toro 6x52. Again, that's the DAMA Valada 6x52 Toro. This is a boutique cigar from American Viking Cigars. Tim Swanson that runs Cigars Daily. This is one of his blends. So anyway, just a beautiful cigar. Cannot wait to dive into this. I've actually had a lot of the American Viking cigars in my humidor now for, oh gosh, almost a year. I've been aging them and I've been wanting to smoke them just at the right time. So I think today is a great day to smoke and review this cigar, and also get into the band that I'll be discussing today, as well as all the latest in hard rock heavy metal news and hard rock heavy metal birthdays this month. I'll be getting into here in a moment. And of course, in the end of all this, I'll make sure I do some shout outs to all of our new members and some members that have been a part of this for a little while as well. I'm going to give a big shout out to a lot of people today in the end of all this. So I do want to welcome, and this is such a huge honor for me to have him as a part of all this now. And to be a member on my YouTube channel, which is Tim Swanson from Cigars Daily. So Tim, I know you'll be watching this when you get some time, so welcome and thank you for joining, and thank you for you being new friend of mine, I guess I should say. I feel like I've known you for a long time. For the past couple of years, I feel like I've known you. You've been my biggest mentor and hero and role model in the cigar world, and for you to join my YouTube channel and to stay in touch with me the way you have been over this past few days or so. It's a huge honor, and so welcome to this today. And I can't wait to dive into this cigar and try it. Like I said, Tim, I've had your cigars in my humidor for almost a year now. And I've been waiting for the right time to start smoking them. And I thought I'd age them a little bit. I like to leave my cigars in my humidor for a little while before I try them. So it's been almost a year now that I've had these. And of course, all the cigars I've ordered have been the 6x60s or 6x52s. I just recently ordered some of the Robustos of all the different ones you've got, so I can't wait to try some of those other ones. So anyway, but let's get into this. Anyway, so welcome all of you to Harper Cigar Lounge podcast today. Again, this is episode 20 of season 2. So welcome. I'm very excited that you're here. Hope you guys brought a great drink today. I've got some Kraken rum, and I've got some smashed vodka that's been kind of new out in our area. This is a raspberry peach Smirnoff vodka-based soda, and I'll tell you the reason here in a little bit why I've got 2 different drinks with me today. So anyway, but I'm ready to party with you guys. Let's rock this. So anyway, guys, this cigar here, again, it's the DAMA VALADA 6x52 Toro, and the wrapper is Habano Rosada Oscura. It's a nice dark, oily, little veiny, not overly veiny, but just a little veiny cigar wrapper. It's just feels great in my hand. I love the way it feels. And these are my favorite size of cigars. I do love anything that's a 6x60 or 6x54 Toro type of cigars. Those are usually my favorite to smoke. I do like Robustos as well. I like some Churchills, but this is probably my favorite size right here. But anyway, so wrapper Habano Rosada Oscura, Luz, binder Nicaragua, fillers Nicaragua. The strength is medium to full. Smoking time around 60 to 90 minutes. And the country of origin, of course, is Nicaragua. And again, this is a blend by Tim Swanson at Cigars Daily. He's him and his father-in-law are the owners of American Viking cigars, and this is where this comes from. So thank you, Tim, for having your hand on this. A single cigar, and my information is actually coming from cigarsdaily.com today. And a single cigar on Cigars Daily for one of these is around $10.20. A 5-pack, $47.49. And a box of 20, $183.60. Some of the taste notes that have been mentioned about this particular cigar is strong pepper, espresso, leather, dark chocolate, vanilla sweetness on the vanilla sweetness on the wrapper leaf. So anyway, and most ratings are 5 out of 5 on this cigar. So that's really exciting. So I know this is going to be a great smoke today. And I'm glad you guys could be here with me to join me in on this. If you have this cigar today, please, I encourage you to light it up as well and smoke it while you're hanging out with me today. If not, find a great cigar of your own to smoke with me today while you're hanging out. Hopefully you've got a great drink with you as well. Hopefully you got some great music to listen to, maybe in the background, some good hard rock, heavy metal music in the background. So anyway, but let's get into the cigar. I'm going to go ahead and moisten the cap on this just to get a taste of the wrapper. I want to see if I can get some of that vanilla sweetness. I guess I'm really not getting any, maybe just a slight hint of vanilla, maybe just a slight hint, but definitely getting some kind of a leather taste off the wrapper. With maybe just some slight sweetness, which could be that vanilla that it mentions. So anyway, but and then today, of course, you guys know I love my Zyphe V-cut 3 torch lighter combo with the cigar rest on the back if I choose to use that wherever I'm at. But anyway, this is such a great lighter. It's a gunmetal style lighter, very sturdy, very heavy. I dropped it yesterday of all things, and I thought, oh gosh, I hope it's not broke. And it didn't do a thing to it. Just a very sturdy cigar. But anyway, there's what it looks like when you open it up. So, and again, there's the lighter there. I really love this flame, is what I'm trying to say. It's got kind of a pointed end. I notice the jets are kind of inward. So it really creates this nice peaked flame, which has been really good for like if I have to touch up my cigar. So it's been really good for that. It allows me to kind of pinpoint the area that I want to touch up without lighting too much up of that area. So I've really have enjoyed this lighter. So anyway, if you guys are looking for a great lighter, this is a great lighter if you're into V cuts anyway. But this will cut up to a 60 ring gauge cigar, so it's been a perfect lighter. So anyway, but Tim, I am looking at ordering maybe a lighter from you and a cutter from you as well. So I've also been eyeing your travel cases. I've got a travel case here that I've had for a little while, and of course I've got your Cigars Daily sticker on it. Got some autographs from different cigar reps that I've met over time, and it's just been a really great box to travel with. This is a Cigar Caddy brand, but it's just been a great case. But definitely been eyeing some of your cigar travel cases as well. So definitely probably gonna invest in one of those here pretty soon. So, but anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this and get this going here. Get it toasted up here for you guys. So anyway, there I am with the cut. Now I'll go ahead and start toasting this up. Boy, that cold draw. Gosh, almost some, in the cold draw, some honey and some, maybe a little bit of cinnamon. So that cold draw tastes really good. So anyway, let me get this toasted up here, guys. And anyway, so there's that flame I was telling you about. It's been great for lighting too, so. Anyway, I hope you guys have been doing good today. I hope you have had a good week so far. Hopefully the rest of your week and weekend coming up will be great for you as well. But I am definitely glad to be back with you guys. I've missed being here with you guys. So anyway, I'm glad I'm here finally, guys. Thanks for your patience for waiting for me to get back to you guys here. And I appreciate all you guys that are that participate in these podcasts and leave me comments and leave me feedback. But please continue to do that. I definitely want to do what I can to improve on these podcasts for you. And if there's anything that you guys would like to see more of, let me know, or less of, let me know as well. So I definitely want to make these videos the best and as enjoyable as I can for you guys. So please keep in touch with me, let me know. So Well, I think it's ready to go, guys. So right off the bat, definitely getting some nice pepper. Definitely getting some nice pepper. There's the bend again. I think I had the wrapper on it when I first showed it to you. It was kind of, the light was kind of glaring on that wrapper, but there's a better look at that band right there. So beautiful cigar. Love the way the cigar looks. Definitely love the way the cigar looks. So anyway, I can't remember. Did I have the wrapper on this when I first showed this to you guys? I can't remember. But it seems like it's showing up better now. Maybe I just didn't have it close enough in the beginning when I was showing the cigar to you. So, but anyway, beautiful cigar. Just really feels great in my hand. Nice oily dark wrapper. I love it. Love it, love it. So, but anyway, so far I'm really loving the taste of this. So Tim, this is a great cigar so far. I know I'm just getting into it. I know the first third doesn't have as much flavor usually as the rest of it, but so far it's tasting really good. So I can't wait to see what the cigar tastes like through the rest of it. So anyway, but it's getting a nice, getting some nice ash built up already on it, as you can kind of see. Fairly even burn. Getting some nice, kind of nice sweet aromas off the smoke. It's putting off some nice smoke, definitely. The cold draw, or the draw is really good so far. It's not too tight, it's not too loose. It's just got a nice, perfect draw so far. So anyway, have you guys guessed what band I'm going to be discussing today yet? I've given you guys some hints on my on the Harper Cigar Lounge group page, as well as my own personal Facebook page. I've given you guys a lot of hints of who I'm going to be discussing today. So anyway, hopefully you guys will enjoy this show today. I'm so excited to discuss the band that I'm going to discuss today, and hopefully you guys have figured it out already. But if you watch my last Dropping the Ash podcast that I did the other night, you'll know who I'm talking about today. So but anyway, guys, this cigar is really good. Please check out Cigars Daily and check out their cigars. They've got a great variety of cigars at great prices. And check out the American Viking cigars again, which is Tim Swanson's blend, his different blends. He's got a good amount of nice cigars to buy from, as well as all the other well-known cigars out there that you can buy off of his site. Gosh, anything from Oliva to Diesel to My Father. Oh gosh, Padron, Camacho. All kinds of cigars he's got. I mean, and he's got lighters, cutters, travel cases. He's even got Boveda packs on there you can buy if you want. So he's got a nice supply of everything that you probably could use, especially you guys that are new. Definitely check out Cigars Daily. There's so many great cigars that for you guys that are beginners that you could definitely smoke. So anyway, check out Cigars Daily. And go on to Facebook and join the Cigars Daily Nation group. Great group to be a part of. And again, it's the biggest cigar group on Facebook. So congratulations, Tim Swanson, my friend. I think that's just awesome. My Harper Cigar Lounge group, I've got about 1,600 members, so I'm not even close to where you're at. So, but for me, that's a lot of people, but to see how many are on your group is it's just truly amazing, and just goes to show how great Cigars Daily is, as well as American Viking cigars. So anyway, great start on this cigar. I don't know if you guys can see all the smoke coming off of this, but boy, it's putting off some nice smoke. So anyway, let's get into Um, let's get into some heavy metal birthdays. Jeff Gutt, and I'm going from the beginning of May through the 18th of May, which is a few days away. So I'll get through these as quick as I can. Jeff Gutt, singer-songwriter for the Stone Temple Pilots. He was born on May 2nd, 1976. He's at the age of 48 right now. Bobby Blitz Ellsworth, singer-songwriter for, for Overkill. Born on May 3rd, 1959, age 65. If you guys don't know who Overkill is, which I hope you do, they're kind of they're pretty much speed metal thrash kind of band. Mick Mars, ex-guitarist for Motley Crue, and also he's doing a lot of solo. He's been doing some solo projects right now. He's got a great solo album out right now, and he's looking at working on another one soon. But the one out right now is called The Other Side of Mars, so check it out. Mick was born on May 4th, 1951. He's at the age of 73 right now. Steve Stevens, a guitarist for Billy Idol, born on May 5th, 1959. He's at the age of 65. Bill Ward, drummer for Black Sabbath, born on May 5th, 1948. He's at the age of 76 right now. James LaBrie, singer-songwriter for Dream Theater, born on May 5th, 1963. Chris Shiflett, guitarist for the Foo Fighters, born on May 6th, 1971. He's at the age of 53 right now. This is a really good cigar. Right now I'm getting some little bit of leather. Right now I'd say definitely along with the pepper. So right now, and it's not, I was going to say right now probably it's more medium strength, or mild, well, probably more medium strength. We'll see if it gets to be more of a stronger cigar as it goes on into the second, third. So we'll see in the second, third what the taste notes are like and if it becomes more of a full strength cigar. But right now I'd definitely say it's a medium strength cigar. Let's see here. Okay. Alex Van Halen, drummer for Van Halen, born on May 8th, 1953. He's at the age of 71. Eric Brittingham, bassist for Cinderella, and he's currently with the Bret Michaels band. Bret Michaels from Poison. He was born on May 8th, 1960, age 71. Danny Carey, drummer for Tool, born on May 10th, 1961. He's at the age of 63. Billy Squire, singer-songwriter and guitarist, born on May 12th, 1950. He's at the age of 74 right now. Chuck Schuldner, singer-songwriter and guitarist for Death, born on May 13th, 1967. He's at the age of 57 right now. Ian Asbury, singer-songwriter for The Cult, born on May 14th, 1962. So he's at the age of 62 right now. CeCe DeVille, guitarist for Poison, born on May 14th, 1962. He's at the age of 62. Eric Peterson, guitarist for Testament, born on May 14th, 1964. He's at the age of 60. Mike Inez, bassist for Alice in Chains, born on May 14th, 1966, age 58. And that's today. Let's see. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was 2 days ago. I apologize. So anyway, today, our birthday for today is Sonny Sandel, singer-songwriter for POD, and he was born on May 16th, 1974, age 50. So happy birthday to you today, Sonny. And then tomorrow, Paul Di'Anno, ex-vocalist for Iron Maiden, the very first vocalist for Iron Maiden, and songwriter for Iron Maiden at the time. Also, Paul Di'Anno's Battle Zone, and of course he's been doing some solo tours for a while now. But anyway, so ex singer-songwriter for Iron Maiden, and ex Battle Zone singer and songwriter for that band that was created by Paul Di'Anno. And he was born on May 17th, 1958, so he's at the age of 66. So Anyway, so all of you guys that have had birthdays already, happy belated birthday to all of you. You guys are all huge in my book. Love each and every one of you out there, and thank you for what you've brought to the table in the heavy metal world, hard rock heavy metal world, and just for all the music you've created for us to enjoy throughout our lives. And anyway, all these guys are great, and they've been huge in my book for most of my life. So, but anyway, guys, that's all your heavy metal, hard rock birthdays for now. And next, we'll get into some heavy metal news. Definitely wanted to get another puff off of this to see how it's doing here. Gosh, I would say I'm definitely getting some kind of nuttiness now, right now. And I know I didn't see that in the taste notes, but I'm definitely feeling like I'm getting some nuttiness out of it. And just some slight cinnamon right now. The peppers calmed down a little bit, it seems like. Still getting some of the leather. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's any cedar taste notes in this right now. Not sure about the cedar, but definitely some leather, some slight cinnamon, slight pepper right now. And right now it's still burning pretty well. Not a complete even burn line, but pretty dang close. So anyway, I don't know if you guys checked out the first podcast that I ever did, which was February 14th of 2022, or I'm sorry, 2023. I've been doing this over a year, a little over a year now. So February 14th of 2023, first podcast I did. It was just kind of a dry run. I was just kind of really goofing around down here in my cigar lounge. Just wanted to see what a video would look like after I talked about cigars and hard rock heavy metal. I had a vision to start a podcast with this kind of subject matter because I mean, those are both of my biggest loves, besides my wife, of course, Marcy. She's my first biggest love, of course, but my second is hard rock heavy metal and premium cigars. So I thought, well, my wife at the time had kind of pushed me into getting more into premium cigars because it was something that was really helping me relax after work, and she thought I needed to take more time to myself to relax a little bit and to get my mind off of things. And so she kind of pushed me into getting into premium cigars after I came back from Dallas, Texas, visiting a friend of mine down there that was with Religion Tequila at the time, and a couple of ex-Dallas Cowboys, which the Dallas Cowboys is my favorite football team for the NFL. A couple of ex-Dallas Cowboys had partnered up with Religion Tequila as well. And so, of course, my friend, knowing how big of a Cowboys fan I am, talked to, well, it was Ed Too Tall Jones, ex-defensive lineman for the Dallas Cowboys, late 70s, early 80s, or middle 80s, he was with them. And Kenny the Shark Gant, which he was with Dallas in the 90s during the Super Bowls, alongside of Deion Sanders as well, a cornerback like Deion Sanders. So these two guys partnered up. Anyway, so my friend invited me down to Dallas to see Dallas, and I've been to Dallas before, of course, but it had been a while. They invited me down, and got it arranged to meet up with these two guys at a private club. So they knew I was coming down. They had even messaged me beforehand, which was really great. Got down to Dallas, got to hang out with these guys for a whole afternoon. And while we were hanging out, my friend took me to Cigars International, which was a huge place. I'd never been to a place where they had sold cigars like that, but it was just huge. So he picked up some cigars for us, for all four of us to smoke. But anyway, I was handed a Fat Bottom Betty. And so that was my first premium cigar. It was a Fat Bottom Betty by Drew Estate, and by this Deadwood Tobacco Company out of Deadwood, South Dakota. So anyway, so first premium cigar I'd ever smoked. I'd always just smoked Swisher Sweets off and on throughout my life up until then. But anyway, it was just such an awesome experience, and I came back, and I couldn't believe I was having my first premium cigar over conversation with some of my biggest heroes of the Dallas Cowboys, and Kenny the Shark Gant even let me wear a Super Bowl ring the whole time we hung out. From the 93 Super Bowl, the Super Bowl that Dallas was in back in 93. I couldn't believe I was even getting to wear a Super Bowl ring. So I wore that for 4 hours. Kept trying to give that back to Kenny, but he wouldn't take it. He said to keep wearing it. So anyway, but came back, and my wife saw that. I was pretty excited about that trip that happened. And then Father's Day came around, and it was before Father's Day. I had went out and found a Swisher Sweet, and I had drank a little can of wine, Stella wine, after a long week of work. That was a rough week. And she saw what it did for me, so she ended up, her and my son bought me a couple of premium cigars, which was a Camacho and a New World cigar. Bought me a cutter lighter, cigar, cutter, cigar lighter, desktop humidor, and bought me a couple outdoor ashtrays, some really nice wooden ashtrays. And so she got me they kind of got me going into getting into premium cigars more. And then next thing I know, they put together kind of started a cigar lounge down here in the basement for me. And so I've elaborated on it. I've added a lot more to it over this past year or so. So anyway, but it's just been a great place to hang out. And I'm down here often, but I'm also on my porch more now over at my son's house. He just bought a house. He's got a really nice big garage. And this is my oldest son now I'm talking about. He bought a house. And so we've been hanging out in his big garage or workshop. It's a big workshop. So we've been hanging out in there smoking. I've been smoking cigars. He's been smoking his cigarettes. He's not into cigars. I've tried to get him into it, but he's just not into it. So anyway, but yeah, so my wife and my youngest son are the ones that pushed me into getting into premium cigars more. So it wasn't for all this and all this happening, I wouldn't be here right now doing these podcasts. So I've been doing these podcasts now for a year, and I added in the Dropping the Ash podcast here recently. So I've got a little bit of those under my belt now. So, but anyway, so this has just been great, and I've also gotten into having my own cigars at my grocery store at Main Street Market here in Kimball, Nebraska. So I've been selling premium cigars now for a year. I don't have a huge walk-in humidor. I've got a cabinet. So I've got about 40 different premium cigars in my store, in my humidor cabinet. And I keep my humidity around 65, 66, around there most of the time. So anyway, so if you guys are in Kimball, Nebraska, want a great deal on cigars, come see me at Main Street Market here in Kimball, Nebraska. I'm there most days, except for Sundays and Thursdays, unless I have to go in for inventories or something, or there's an emergency or something, or someone calls in, I got to cover. So anyway, but there's a quick short story as how I've gotten into premium cigars. So anyway, but let's get into some heavy metal news. And look at this ash that's building up on this so far. Great ash. And still the burn line is still pretty darn even. So great cigar so far. Again, there's close up of it right there. So anyway, great cigar so far, guys. I'm really enjoying this cigar. Really am enjoying this. So I'm definitely glad that I've chosen this cigar today to smoke. I've been waiting for the right moment, right time to start smoking some of these cigars, and today was definitely a great day to pull out one of the American Viking cigars and smoke and review it. And while I'm hanging out with you guys. So anyway, let's get into some heavy metal news, guys. First news of the day is Kerry King, guitarist for Slayer. And by the way, I get all this information off of blabbermouth.net. So anyway, this is where I get all my latest information on for all the heavy metal, hard rock news out there in the world. But anyway, Kerry King, guitarist for Slayer, wants to do a second solo album as soon as he possibly can. But he's looking at more after the From Hell I Rise tour is over and completed, and he wants to start working on his second solo album. The album that he's just brought out with his band is called From Hell I Rise. So, but anyway, so he's already looking at plans for a second solo album. This solo album he has right now came out not too long ago. So, Mudvayne's Chad Gray definitely agrees that Black Sabbath created heavy metal. Also believes that Motorhead, Judas Priest, and Iron Maiden were a big part of how metal was continuing to be shaped into what it is today. I couldn't agree more. I do believe there are some groups before Black Sabbath that kind of had some little bits and pieces with their music that led up to Black Sabbath. Like Alice Cooper, Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix. I would say those three, the Who as well. If I didn't mention the Who, I think those guys had some little nuggets of things that could be under the hard rock heavy metal genre. Just none of them knew anything about that yet. None of them knew the term hard rock or heavy metal. I don't think. So to them, I think in those days it was just rock. I think some of that kind of led up to Black Sabbath happening. So that's just my opinion. You guys tell me in the comments what your opinion is. If you feel there's any bands that had some hard rock, heavy metal type of themes, I guess, in their music that led up to Black Sabbath starting up. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on that, guys. But that's my thoughts. But I do definitely give credit to Black Sabbath. I'm going to say more Black Sabbath and Judas Priest together. They both came out of Birmingham. And they came out not too far apart from each other. And definitely had a hand on where hard rock heavy metal is these days. But so anyway, but that's my thoughts on it. I believe Judas Priest kind of got the speed metal type of sound going that was added to heavy metal that Black Sabbath started, and then of course Iron Maiden came in and added another new element as well as Motorhead to the heavy metal sound. So I definitely give those four bands definitely a lot of credit, definitely. So, but I'd have to say, yeah, definitely Black Sabbath definitely started the whole genre. So anyway, let's see here. The Dead Daisies will be releasing a new single, Light 'Em Up, which will be the first single from their upcoming full-length album on September 6th, 2024, via Germany's SPV and Japan's Ward Records. So be looking out for that if you're a Dead Daisies fan. The trailer for Ghost's new movie, Right Here, Right Now, is is going to be out. Well, I think it's out now. Well, actually, not the movie. I'm sorry. I'm getting myself mixed up here. But the trailer is out right now on YouTube. I actually watched it for this new movie that's coming out with Ghost. Again, called Right Here, Right Now. So the trailer is out on YouTube. I've watched it. It's only a little over a minute. And the movie will be out in select theaters worldwide, June 20th and June 22nd only. Again, in only select theaters around the world. So So it won't be in every theater out there. So hopefully in your area, this movie will come to your area, so you'll get to see it. Hopefully they'll bring it out on Blu-ray or something to purchase. So for all of us that may not get to see it, So Michael Sweet Striper recently, which is a great buddy of mine. I know Michael since 1990. Worked with Striper in 1990 on the Against the Law tour. During that tour, I got to work with them. Trickster was with them. Got to know those guys well also, but still great friends with Michael and the rest of the guys in Striper, along with Perry Richardson that was with Firehouse, that's been a Striper now for a while. Got to finally meet him last spring of last year. So great guy. Really got to enjoy some quality time with Perry Richardson and the guys in Striper again. And got to smoke a cigar with Perry Richardson, which was incredible. So anyway, but Michael has had some thyroid surgery here recently. There was some nodules on each side of his thyroid that was removed. Most of them were removed. The left half of his thyroid was removed, but not all the nodules were completely removed. So something the doctors are keeping an eye on, I guess. But anyway, they were cancerous when they took him out. But anyway, so Michael's vocal nerve says it just feels really different now. His vocals were not damaged, or the vocal cord was not damaged, or the vocal nerve wasn't damaged. But he says it definitely feels different when he sings now. He said it almost feels like someone's got their hand around his throat when he sings. So he said it definitely feels different. And right now, Michael just finished the vocals for the new Sunbomb album that he's been involved with this band that he's been involved with for a little while. And is currently working on the new Striper album. So I know he's been working on a lot of guitar solos and guitar work for the new Striper album. I think he's started working on some of the vocals for that. So, but anyway, I'm very excited about the new Striper album. That'll be available to us sometime, hopefully soon. So anyway, just dropped an ash, guys. That wasn't supposed to happen on this show. It was supposed to happen on my Dropping the Ash podcast that I did the other night. But that's usually how it goes. And that's where I got the idea for the Dropping the Ash podcast I started doing, because on this podcast, I'm always dropping an ash somehow. But anyway, dropped an ash for you guys. So you guys that missed out on my last Dropping the Ash podcast, I guess tune into this one today to see what you missed on the Dropping the Ash podcast. So anyway, I got to do it today on this one for you guys. So anyway, cheers to you guys, by the way. And cheers to you guys. I'm drinking some Kraken rum today. So cheers to you guys. And got my Smirnoff Smash vodka soda, raspberry peach flavored, that I just brought into my grocery store. That's very good also. So anyway, glad you could witness me dropping an ash for you guys. So, but gosh, it hasn't burned out on me. It's still staying lit very well. Still a nice, fairly even burn line overall. Couple little waves there maybe or something, but just nothing too serious. But boy, it's just been a great cigar so far. Definitely getting some, I know it wasn't in the taste notes, but I almost feel like I'm getting a little bit of a caramel or toffee flavor to this as well right now. Definitely still feel like it's more of a medium strength cigar right now. Nothing too strong or anything like that yet. But I'm just starting to get into the second third here. So flavors will probably start changing here shortly, I'm sure. But so far pretty good cigar, Tim. Pretty good cigar. So let's see here. I lost my spot here. Let's see here. Okay, so I just talked about Michael. So also with Michael in mind, Oz Fox, the guitarist for Striper, he went under he went under the knife again. He had some brain surgery done today. Hopefully he's recovering well, but they found some more tumors in his brain, so he went back into the hospital today to have some surgery on his brain to get those tumors off. So keep him in your prayers. Keep Michael in your prayers also with the thyroid situation. But keep Oz in your prayers with the cancer that he's been battling, the tumors that he's been getting in his brain. Keep an eye, or keep him in your prayers. And Oz, hopefully you're recovering well, brother. And I love you. And Michael, I love you as well. And I'm glad that they were able to get, some of those tumorous areas off your thyroid. I'm glad they were able to get that off. And I know there's still some there, but hopefully it will not progress or get worse. You're definitely in my prayers, and Oz, you're in my prayers. And I hope you'll have a quick recovery and that you'll be with us for a long time still. I don't feel like God's done with you guys yet. I feel like there's a lot of work for you guys to do still. And so anyway, I know you guys will be around a long time, but you guys are in my prayers and thoughts. Just want you guys to know that. So, but anyway, so next in our news, Richie Sambora is open to rejoining Bon Jovi. He says that it would be. He said that he would love it, being back with Bon Jovi. So hopefully that'll happen. I miss Richie Sambora being in Bon Jovi, and if he does rejoin, hopefully they'll still keep everybody else in the band that's in it. Hopefully nobody, like the guitarist they have right now, won't be released or anything. Hopefully he'll be able to stay. But make sure you guys catch the four-part documentary of Bon Jovi on Hulu. The four-part series of Thank You, Good Night. I've watched it, and it's just an outstanding documentary about Bon Jovi. It really is. If you guys haven't seen that yet, you're missing out on a great series. So check that out. Make sure you check that out. Great show. I think you guys will love it. If you're Bon Jovi fans, you're going to love it, I'm telling you. It got me excited about being a Bon Jovi fan. It really did. So, next, Ozzy Osbourne releases first episode of a new internet TV show called The Madhouse Chronicles, featuring the guitarist out from Billy Idol's band, Billy Moore. Let's see here. I messed up my notes here, I think. Let's see here. I think what I meant to say, it's featuring Billy Morrison from Billy Idol's band, and also a former bassist for the Cult as well. So visit osbornemediahouse.com for more information on this show. And again, it's called The Madhouse Chronicles. So it's featuring Billy Morrison, former guitarist of the Cult, and he's in Billy Idol's band. So former bassist for the Cult, I should say. Again, for more information on this, go to osbornemediahouse.com. So anyway, and then Ozzy and Billy Morrison have been longtime friends. And the new album, the Morrison Project, with Ozzy singing on Crack Cocaine, the first single off that album, has been doing very well. If you guys haven't heard that new song that Ozzy's singing on the Morrison Project album called Crack Cocaine, make sure you check that out. Great song. Really good song. And then let's see here. Like I said, Ozzy and Billy Morrison have been longtime friends. They've got a show on Sirius XM called Ozzy Speaks, and that's a really good talk show. If you haven't caught that yet, make sure you catch that on Sirius XM. But also some other guests that are on the Morrison Project album is Corey Taylor from Slipknot. Also, let's see here. Ministry's Al Jurgensen and John Five from Motley Crue. John Crue used to be with Marilyn Manson and used to be with Rob Zombie, but he's been with Motley Crue now for about a year or so, I'd say now. And so these guys are making contributions on this album as well. So definitely check that album out. I have not heard it yet, but I hear it's really, really good. So make sure you do check that out. I'm going to give this just a little bit of a touch up here, I think. It's starting to burn just slightly uneven. Nothing too major, really, to be honest with you, but I kind of wanted you guys to see how I touch up a cigar anyway. I'm just using that very tip of my lighter to hit those points where I want to hit only. Let's see here. I think I'm just about there. Give it just a little more of a relight here just to keep it going still the way it needs to. So anyway, so make sure you check out the Morrison Project. Great album from what I'm hearing. I've heard some bits and pieces off of it. Really like what I'm hearing so far. So next is Steve Perry, ex-Journey vocalist. Has just signed a new record deal. He's looking at working on a solo album and doing a solo tour, but he has not revealed who he has signed with yet. He said that will be revealed sometime soon. So I'm anxious to see who he's with and what's going to be going on with Steve Perry. I know, me being a huge Journey fan, I definitely miss Steve Perry singing for Journey. It's been a lot of years since he's been with Journey, and it's been a lot of years since we've really heard too much from Steve Perry. He did do a Christmas album, I don't know, probably a few years back. Not sure how that album really did. I've never heard it, but that's the only thing I know he's worked on, really. So definitely anxious to see where Steve Perry is with things and what will be going on with him in the near future. So if you guys are Journey fans, Steve Perry fans, keep an eye out for any news on that. If you hear anything, let me know, and I'll try to let you guys know anything I hear as well. I'll leave that in the comments of any of my or either this podcast or a future podcast. If I hear anything, I'll either bring it up in my podcast or I'll put it in the comments or something. I'll let you guys know if I hear anything. So definitely, as soon as I hear something, I'll let you guys know. So and then that information that's about Steve Perry came from a Rolling Stone interview that just happened recently, just to let you know. And then Ozzy, speaking of Ozzy again, Ozzy said that he would love to do just one show with Black Sabbath, with Bill Ward, and of course Geezer Butler, Tony Iommi as well. He would love to just do one Black Sabbath show with Bill Ward being involved, since he wasn't a part of the farewell tour. So we'll see if that ever really happens. I know Ozzy's really struggling with some health issues still, and he really can't stand up very well, for too long. So I don't know if that will really ever happen. But what would be cool is if they at least did maybe one more album together. I'd be really happy with a new Black Sabbath album with those guys. I think that would just be awesome. Even if they never toured it or did anything with it, just to have a new Black Sabbath album would be wonderful. So The taste notes really haven't changed too much as of right now with the cigar. Getting some of the leather still. Really not getting any pepper right now, but still feel like I'm getting kind of a toffee taste to it. And definitely getting maybe some of that coffee flavor now. Yeah, I don't know. The coffee isn't really anything that was listed, but I get kind of maybe a slight roast coffee flavor. Getting maybe a slight taste of some chocolate as well now, also. But more of the leather, I would say, and more of the toffee kind of a flavor. So, definitely also, I guess on this last puff I just did, I got a little bit of some kind of baking spice maybe. So it's been an interesting cigar so far. I'm really enjoying it. I touched it up just once and did a little bit of a relight on it, which the relight may not have been needed, but I gave it just a little bit of a relight anyway, just to give it a boost. But I think the construction's still great. The smoke coming off of it's great. The ash is building up again nicely. I think the ash is great. It's definitely got that white ash to show that it's been fermented definitely long. You know, it's been aged long enough and fermented the way it needs to be. But yeah, it's not cracking or unraveling. It's just staying really in perfect shape. So still getting a nice draw off of it. It's not too tight, not too loose. So yeah, so far it's just been almost a perfect cigar. So but because of the touch up and relight, I'm probably gonna say I'm probably gonna rate the cigar right now probably a 95. I would say probably right now. So anyway, really liking it. So let's see here, and then let's see here. Geezer Butler, bassist for Black Sabbath. He's got a book that's been out for a little while now, called Into the Void, and that is out now in paperback. If you go to Geezer Butler's Facebook page on Facebook, if you scroll through, you will find the advertisement for that. You'll find a link to where you can go and buy that, and it is autographed, it says, but it's only $20. So I thought that made me question if it's a real autograph or not in the book. But from what I understand, it is. But the book is for $19.99. I'm guessing shipping is another $10 probably. But anyway, it's called again. It's called Into the Void. And everyone's raving about this book in the metal world out there. A lot of musicians and singers and have read this book already, and they all say it's a great book. They couldn't put it down. And I wish I could make it to this, but Geezer Butler is going to be in Denver, Colorado on May 22nd to discuss this book. There's some things that were left out of it. I guess about 300 pages were left out of it. So it's this time that he's going to be at the Gothic Theater, and he's at some other areas too, touring around discussing the stuff that was missing out of the book, some untold stories from the Black Sabbath days. And then also Brian Posen is going to be with him to discuss the book as well. I think he was someone that wrote or narrated or did some of the writing in the book. So anyway, but I got to check in to see who he is exactly. But the shows are called Filling the Void. So it's called Filling the Void show. The Filling the Void. And on the poster, I saw a poster. It's got this title across the top that says Into the Void, which is a Black Sabbath song. And they've got Into crossed out. It says filling above it. So Filling the Void is the name of the book tour that he's doing. So if you can catch him in Denver, Colorado on May 22nd at the Gothic Theater, tickets are around $90 with the fees and everything. So if you can catch him, definitely do that. It'd be an honor to see Geezer Butler and to get to meet him and everything. And then for an extra $20, it's called a quick pass. You can buy the quick pass where you can get in before everybody else to get to the front, you know. So with that, if you bought that, that'd be about $120, or about $110 or so. So anyway, if you guys can do that, make sure you get to do that. So. But anyway, in the meanwhile, while you guys are there, I'll be here in Kimball working and crying and being all depressed because I can't be at that show. so anyway, but I am going to get to go see a few great shows this year, though. I'll get to go see Aerosmith and the Black Crowes in Denver in November. I'll get to see Iron Maiden again in October. I'll be seeing Alice Cooper and Rob Zombie in August over in Lincoln, Nebraska. And the other two shows are in Denver, Colorado that I mentioned. So we'll get to see those guys. But I saw Sebastian Bach, ex-Skid Row singer, is going to be in Denver as well. I would love to catch him. But there's been so many great events and shows coming out lately. It's been hard for me to catch everything. Just, I mean, my gosh, everything's so expensive now to go see shows. And I understand that gas and fuel and everything has gone up in price so much, and the way people have to be paid anymore to keep, you know, to make it fair because of everything that's gone up, you know, in this world. Pays big, you know, higher for people now as well, and gas, like I said, fuel, all that's more expensive. So I know a lot of that plays in a part of why tickets are so much more expensive now than before. So it's understandable, but it's hard to catch every thing that's going on out there, especially when you gotta travel like I do to get to shows. So of course, on top of traveling, spending gas money to get to these shows, you know, you usually gotta buy a hotel room on top of that. Plus you gotta figure merchandise, you know, what you pay for merchandise as well. So even merchandise is higher at the shows now than what they used to be. So anyway, but I still try to catch a few shows a year. I'm definitely holding out for Judas Priest. I definitely want to catch Judas Priest soon. They won't have anything in my area until probably next year, I'm guessing. But they usually hit the Denver, Colorado area. So I definitely want to see Judas Priest again. Definitely, I want to see my buddies in Striper again, which I usually don't have to pay too much for anything when I go see them. Since I've known them, I get some breaks when I get to go see those guys. So anyway, that's it for heavy metal news. And by the way, like I said, I get all my information on blabbermouth.net for all my heavy metal news. For the heavy metal birthdays, I go to loudwire.com. So there are some things with the birthdays that I haven't brought up because there's just so many. I picked out the most important ones for birthdays, and I picked out the most important news that I picked off of the Blabbermouth site. But if you're interested to see what else is going on in the hard rock heavy metal world that I didn't bring up tonight or today, check out that site if you're interested in who's got more birthdays coming up or have birthdays this month. You know, all your favorite artists out there. Check out that as well. Check out Loudwire. Loudwire.com for the birthdays. Blabbermouth.net for the just for all the latest news. So anyway, so that's it for those things. And again, just to remind you guys, this is the DAMA Valada Toro 6x52 cigar. Beautiful cigars, burning very well, doing very well. Again, the wrapper is Habano Rosada Oscura, binders Nicaragua, fillers Nicaragua, strength medium to full. which right now I'm still getting a full, medium strength for me. Smoking time 60 to 90 minutes. Country of origin, again, Nicaragua. And a single stick, again, for this runs $10.20 on Cigars Daily. 5-pack is $47.49. A box of 20 is $183.60. And so anyway, the taste notes have been pretty right on. Pepper, espresso, which I said coffee, leather, dark chocolate, vanilla sweetness on the wrapper leaf, which I did get some slight vanilla, but got more of the leather, I thought, or cedar on the wrapper when I tasted the wrapper. And cold draw, I got a little bit of cinnamon and vanilla, I think, some vanilla and some cedar, if I remember right, on the cold draw. But right now, taste notes, I've gotten a little bit of pepper, I've gotten a little bit of some coffee, chocolate flavors, leather. Definitely have gotten those taste notes so far, but I've also gotten some toffee flavors and some nuttiness as well. So anyway, but it's still doing very well, guys. So gosh, let's get into the meat of this podcast. Of course, if you guys haven't guessed yet, I'm going to be talking about the Scorpions, German metal band, hard rock heavy metal German band that's been around since the early 70s, but really didn't take off and get real popular until 78 on. And they're still kicking ass out there. They're still touring, doing great. They're not even considering retiring yet. So, and the reason why I've had the two drinks with me today is because Rudolph, and it's in honor of Rudolph Schenker of the Scorpions. He says his favorite drink of choice is vodka and German Warsteiner beer, which Curtis, my meat cutter Curtis, which he is a member of Harper Cigar Lounge as well. But my meat cutter, Main Street Market here in town, he is a German beer fan. Has some family from Germany. So German Warsteiner beer is Rudolf Schenker's favorite beer. Since these guys are from Germany, it makes sense, of course. And he says vodka is the other preferred drink of his. So Curtis, I think that's pretty cool that your favorite beer, Warsteiner, is also Rudolf Schenker's favorite beer as well. So anyway, but if you guys are interested in a recipe that Rudolf Schenker has for a cocktail, here's one for you. It's called the Scorpion Cocktail. That contains brandy or cognac, 2 ounce light rum, 1/2 ounce brandy or cognac, 2 ounce fresh squeezed orange juice, 3/4 ounce fresh squeezed lemon juice, 1/2 ounce or grape syrup, orgeat syrup. I don't know what that is. Orgeat syrup, 1/2 ounce 151 proof rum, optional. It says. To make the drink, add all ingredients to a cocktail shaker, half filled with ice, shake until cold, and strain into a glass or mug. You can garnish with an orange slice or wedge. And if you guys want, to pause this video when you watch it, and maybe you can catch those ingredients. It's backwards, it looks like, but maybe you guys can figure that out. But anyway, so there's there it is. That's Rudolf Schenker, lead guitarist, rhythm guitarist, lead guitarist of the German band, the Scorpions. That is his cocktail that I think he probably created. So cheers to you, Rudolph. And cheers to you, Rudolph. Cheers to all of you guys out there at Harper Cigar Lounge, Cigars Daily, the Cigar Junkies, Cigar Cinema Smoke, all those great podcasts out there. Cheers to all of you guys. But all you Harper Cigar Lounge members, thank you for all your support to me. Make sure you again go to YouTube and subscribe and leave your thumbs up, leave your comments for my YouTube channel under Harper Cigar Lounge. And make sure you check out the Facebook page as well that I got under Harper Cigar Lounge. Lots of great content of premium cigars, hard rock, heavy metal music. And today, on my Harper Cigar Lounge group page, lots and lots of Scorpions content. So if you go through my group page, you'll be able to watch videos, live videos, studio videos, videos that were on MTV, interviews, some old footage, some different live footage, some full-length concerts, interviews, even some of the older stuff back in the 70s. There's some stuff from that. A lot of great stuff. So I've dedicated my group page today, or our group page under Harper Cigar Lounge, because this isn't just my group, it's all of you guys as well involved. This whole family that we've got here. So, but definitely have that dedicated to the Scorpions today. So make sure you check that out. And if you've been always kind of a Scorpions fan but have never listened to them a lot, and you're wanting to know more about them or catch up on them, maybe you need to revisit some of their music and you haven't listened to them for a while, definitely check out the Harper Cigar Lounge group page. If you're new to hard rock heavy metal, make sure you check it out as well. You younger guys and gals out there that are getting into hard rock heavy metal, definitely check out the Scorpions. You'll love them, I can guarantee it. So make sure you check it out. But anyway, cheers to you guys. And Tim, cheers to you too, brother. And I know you're a spirits guy, so I don't know if you've ever had Kraken rum, but it's a pretty nice dark rum, really good. And maybe there's better rums out there, but this is a really good rum. And I carry this at my grocery store as well. But I bet you can find this in your area too, I bet. But really, really good rum. Just some caramel taste notes. Definitely get some heat, a little heat off of it. It's a great rum, it really is. So, but anyway, let's get into the Scorpions, guys. Where to begin? Anyway, I'll start from the beginning here. Give you some history here. The Scorpions are a German hard rock band formed in Hanover. Let's see here. In Hanover, Germany, I'm trying to say. Hanover, Germany. They formed in 1965 originally by guitarist Rudolf Schenker, which is still, one of their members today. And the lineup from 1978 to 1992 was the most successful lineup to date. That lineup from 78 to 1992 definitely were 1978 to 1992 was their biggest and most successful years. And let's see here. During that time, the members were, of course, Klaus Meine. He is the vocalist and songwriter. And he does do some guitaring as well. But anyway, so 1969 to present, or to this day, he's still with them, still the singer. But he joined in 69. Rudolf Schenker, guitars, also songwriting, 1965 to present day. Matthias Jabs, lead guitars, songwriter, also with the Scorpions still. He joined in 1978, and again, still with them. Francis Buchholz, I think is how you pronounce that. Bassist, 1973 to 1992. He's been a member of the Michael Schenker group, which is the brother of Rudolf Schenker. But that group has not been around now for a while. He's been a member of like I said, he's been a member of Michael Schenker's also. It's called Temple of Rock, the other band that he's got, that he's been a part of now for a while. If you've ever not checked out the Michael Schenker group, if you've never seen them, or if you've never listened to them, make sure you check them out on YouTube. You might be able to find some of their CDs on eBay. But make sure you check out the Michael Schenker group if you've never listened to those guys. They're a great band that out of the 80s. But anyway, I'll have to check out Temple of Rock. I have not listened to any of that stuff, but it's called Michael Schenker's Temple of Rock, so I'll have to check that out definitely. And then Herman Rarebell, drummer from 1977 to 1996. So that was the lineup during 78 to 92, which was definitely their biggest years. But still to this date, they're still huge and still running, doing a lot of touring and just really doing great. They're definitely not looking at retiring anytime soon. So they plan on being around for quite a while, it sounds like, still. So anyway, list of the studio albums. Let's see here. So yeah, let me get into some of the studio albums. 1972, Lonesome Crow, which I don't have. Flight of the Rainbow from 1974. I don't have that album either. In Trance 1975, another album I don't have. I've looked at these albums, but they're very expensive. And their sound was just so completely different back then. So I don't have those first three albums. And then I don't have this one either, Virgin Killer and Taken by Force. I don't have those either, but Virgin Killer came out in 76. Let's see here. Before that one was In Trance in 75. Again, Virgin Killer in 76. Taken by Force in 77. Love Drive from 1979. So those first six albums I don't have. The album that I first got a hold of is called Love Drive. And there it is right there. And there's the inside of it right there. There's the back of it. But some of the great songs off of this was Loving You Sunday Morning, Another Piece of Meat, Coast to Coast, Can't Get Enough, Is There Anybody There, Love Drive Holiday, Always Somewhere, if I didn't mention that song, Can't Get Enough. So this album, Love Drive, that came out in 1979. So first album that I really caught on to that I think is just a great album. So next album up is Animal Magnetism, and that came out in 1980. There is, there's not much to the inside, same as the front. There's the back right there. Some of the songs off of this that did very well was, let's see here, The Zoo and Animal Magnetism. They didn't have as many hits on this album, but still a really great hard rock album. Not sure why they didn't do more promotion with the songs on this album, but really good album, definitely. And again, that came out in 1980, Animal Magnetism. So anyway, great album, definitely a great album. They started getting a little more popularity with this album here called Blackout. They started getting some videos on MTV off of this at the time. Blackout came out in 1982. So anyway, so this is just a really good album. Really no artwork on the inside. But anyway, some of the great songs off of this was Blackout, Can't Live Without You, No One Like You. Let's see here, China White, When the Smoke Is Going Down, or just to name some of the songs off of this album. But Blackout, a really great, hard-hitting, more metal sounding to this point. Well, actually, I should back up. These two albums really, they start getting more of that metal sound. But then they start getting even harder on this album. Stage shows start getting more elaborate. More things going on there during their stage shows or their live shows. Just started doing more promotional videos for MTV and stuff like that. So Great album, Blackout, definitely, from 1982. And then the album that really caused the Scorpions to take off. Maybe some of you guys will know what I'm talking about when I talk about their most successful album to this day. And that is called Love at First Sting. Right there. And there's the back of it. The inside, same artwork on the inside. But of course, this was their biggest album. This is probably their biggest album to date still. Bad Boys Running Wild, Rock You Like a Hurricane, which was a video that I'll never forget seeing for the first time. It was just very dark and gothic, kind of. I'm Leaving You, Coming Home, Big City Nights, as soon as the good times roll, Crossfire, Still Loving You, The Same Thrill. A lot of great songs on this. But anyway, so this came out in let's see here, in 1984. So Love at First Sting, definitely probably my favorite album still to this day, I'd have to say. But if you haven't heard this album or haven't listened to it for a while, you need to revisit this, definitely. If you're going to choose any of them to revisit, definitely this one here. So before I continue on, I need to do a relight here. I've let my cigar go out. I think it's just from me talking. Probably not puffing enough right now. I've gotten into a little more conversation about, of course, the Scorpions here, so I think I kind of let this burn out on my own, with my own doing. I don't think it has anything to do with the construction or anything like that with this cigar. So I think it's my fault why it went out this time, so I'm not going to take off any points for it. So anyway, if you guys are Scorpions fans, let me know what you love about them. If you haven't never really been a Scorpions fan and you're getting to hard rock heavy metal again, or you've been a fan for a while of hard rock heavy metal, but have just never taken the time to listen to the Scorpions very much, definitely do that. You're going to be, I believe you'll be a Scorpions fan for the rest of your life after that, if you do. But a band I'm very excited about. I love the Scorpions. And you guys know how much of a Kiss fan and Stryper fan, of course, I am in Queensryche, Dokken. Well, these guys are right up there with those other bands, of course. And of course, I love British metal. You guys know that too. But this band I rank right up there with a lot of the other bands I love. But these guys have been around for a long time, and they're still doing great out there. So anyway, next album, of course, is not a studio album, but it's a live album, and that's a live worldwide live, which came out in 1984 or 85. Sorry, 1985. And they just got so many huge hits on this. And I know even some of the live stuff off of this were, I think were big hits off of this. I know they brought out some videos on MTV, some of the live footage from this album at one time, but just so many great songs off of this album. Probably one of my favorite live albums besides Kiss Alive, I'd have to say. But there's all the songs right there. Just so many of their, just pretty much all their biggest hits from their catalog, from I'd say from 1980 on, pretty much. Not sure why they haven't added more songs from their 70s era into their list, but they've got some great songs from the 70s too, but they do sound different than their 80s music and on, you know. It's definitely a little different sounding. But anyway, Worldwide Live, if you guys don't have this, make sure you grab it and pick it up. It's just such a great live album. It's just definitely one of my favorite albums. But just some of the songs on here is some of the biggest songs on here. Coming Home, Blackout, Bad Boys Running Wild, Loving You Sunday Morning, Big City Nights, Holiday, Coast to Coast, Rock You Like a Hurricane, Can't Live Without You, Another Piece of Meat, The Zoo, No One Like You, and then Six String Sting. So just so many great songs on this. So if you guys haven't checked out Worldwide Live, make sure you do that. Again, this came out in 1985, and this is supporting the Love at First Sting tour, of course. So anyway, there's that. So and then they went a few years without making any albums. So they went 4 years really without making any new studio albums. But when 1988 came around, they came out with Savage Amusement. So this is a really good album also. A lot of great songs on this. They had definitely some big hits on MTV with this. Don't Stop at the Top, Rhythm of Love, Passion Rules the Game were the biggest 3 songs on this. Let's see here. Media Overkill, another great song. Believe in Love, another great song off of this. So anyway, but there's a picture of the band right there. But anyway, another great album by the Scorpions. So anyway, great album, Savage Amusement. Next up is let's see here, Crazy World. Crazy World came out in 1990. Let's see here. There's the front, and there's the back. Not a lot of artwork in it, so not much to show you on the inside, but there's the front again. There's the back. And some of the great songs on this was Tease Me, Please Me, Don't Believe Her, To Be With You in Heaven, Wind of Change, Lust or Love, Kicks After Six, Hit Between the Eyes, Money and Fame, Crazy World, Send Me an Angel, and Wind of Change was such a huge anthem for Germany when the wall came down at the time. And so anyway, but that album, or that single, has done very well. Still doing very well to this day. So, but anyway, Crazy World, right there, from 1990. So, and then of course, this album came out after Crazy World, which is Live Bites. And this came out in 1995. So yeah, so this came out, well, I think a lot of these recordings were done from 90 on, but this didn't come out until 95. There's the back of it right there. There's the inside right there. But some of the big songs on this, the live songs, is Tease Me, Please Me, Is There Anybody There, Rhythm of Love, In Trance, No Pain, No Gain. Now, In Trance was an old 70s song. When the Smoke Is Going Down, Living for Tomorrow, Concert in 5, Alien Nation, Crazy World, Wind of Change, Edge of Time, Heroes Don't Cry, White Dove. So anyway, so definitely some different songs on here compared to Alive Worldwide. But anyway, so great live album. If you're looking for some more live great live stuff from the Scorpions, so there's that. I wanted to show you guys this DVD. Let's see here. This came out sometime later in 2002, but this is Scorpions, A Savage Crazy World. Live show, music videos. For the live songs, Bad Boys Running Wild, Hit Between the Eyes, I Can't Explain, Who cover, The Zoo, Rhythm of Love, Crazy World, Can't Live Without You, Blackout, Dynamite, Lust or Love, Big City Nights, Rock You Like a Hurricane. And then the music videos on this is Rhythm of Love, the uncensored version. Believe in Love, the Russian version. Walking on the Edge, Russian version. Passion Rules the Game, uncensored version. Tease Me, Please Me, Don't Believe Her, Send Me an Angel, and Wind of Change. So, and then bonus music videos: Alien Nation, Holiday, No One Like You, I'm Leaving You. This came out in 2002, and you can still buy this DVD for a pretty reasonable price on eBay. But I've had this for quite some time, probably since it came out. I've watched it a lot. It's great. I'm actually watching it right now while I'm talking to you guys. So hopefully it's not too loud in the background. But anyway, so next studio album, Face the Heat. And there's the back of it. Face the Heat. That came out in 1993. And let's see here. I'm trying to remember what I wrote here. Ralph Riker. Ralph Riker Mon bass replaces Francis Buchholz on bass at this point. So this was the last album that Francis Buchholz was on with the Scorpions. So I'm sorry. Crazy World was the last album that Francis Buchholz was on. On this album, Face the Heat is the first time without him. And Ralph Riker Mon is who replaced him on this album. So anyway, but this album, it's pretty decent. 1993 is when this came out. Not quite as good as the other albums, but pretty dang close. It really holds up to the albums fairly well, the previous albums they released. But the biggest hit on here was Alien Nation, No Pain, No Gain. Let's see here. I think those were the biggest two songs on this. There's some other great songs on that, but those were the two biggest songs. But anyway, definitely worth buying. I would say it is a good Scorpions album. But you can definitely tell that they were starting to take a different direction musically a little bit. But it is a good album, guys. I do recommend it if you're a Scorpions fan and you have never really listened to that album. I definitely recommend it. I think you'll enjoy it. I do enjoy listening to it still. I'm having to do another relight on this, and I don't know if it's just because I'm talking too much right now and not puffing enough. I'm gonna give this another relight, and hopefully it will do well. It's been in it's been in my cigar humidor around, I don't know, 64, 65 humidity level. So I don't know. It's been a great cigar so far. This isn't taking away the enjoyment, I would say, from me for this, but boy, that is a big flame. Maybe have you guys felt the sting yet from what I'm discussing today? Get this relit good. Hopefully I can keep this lit now for you guys. But I was going to tell you guys, before I move on with the rest of the Scorpion stuff, don't have much more to cover for albums. But definitely getting a little more pepper now. It's becoming definitely more full strength, I would say now. Definitely getting that. I'm almost towards the end of the second third here, and I'm definitely getting a little more pepper to it now. A little more, I'm going to say some roasted coffee in this. I'm going to say probably. I know it talks about in my notes espresso. But I'm getting more of a roast, like a dark roast coffee flavor to it. But I have noticed some like chocolate taste notes as well. I'm not sure if it's dark chocolate, but I'm definitely getting some chocolate. That's for sure. Definitely getting some chocolate, more pepper. It's definitely more full strength, like I said. Um, I want to say I'm definitely getting a little more, I don't know, like a roasted almond maybe in this as well. So anyway, but it's been a very interesting cigar. I'm really enjoying it. I've had to do two relights and a touch up. Um, but I'm going to still say right now, even with the relight, I'm going to probably just drop it down to a 94. I think I rated a 95 in the beginning, but I'm going to say probably a 94 right now. We'll see how the rest of it does. But definitely more full strength now. And like I said, like a dark roast coffee to me. Um, Getting more of the pepper on the front of my palate right now. Getting more of that. Some of the nuttiness and the roast coffee on the back of my palate. I'm going to say right now, pretty much. So, and then let's see here. There's a few albums that I don't have right now, but I have ordered them, and I was hoping they'd be here by now. Um, let's see here. Trying to see here. Pure Instinct. That's a hard one to find, but they've got a really great song off of that album. It's called, let's see here. It's called You and I. Really great ballad. Really, really good ballad that came off of that album. So Pure Instinct in 1996. Trying to find that album. I've been trying to find it for a while, but I'm not finding very good copies of it. And even the copies that are just considered good on eBay, and I mean, they're not in real great shape, and they want a lot of money for them. So I have not picked up Pure Instinct. But that was the only hit that came off of it was You and Me. And I watched that video not too long ago, and I remember watching that quite a while back when I was younger, and thought it was a really great song, but for some reason never ever looked at trying to buy that album at the time. Now I kind of regret it because I bet the rest of that album is probably really good. But anyway, that was out in 1996. Next album is Eye to Eye, Eye to Eye. Let's see here, and then James Kotak comes in, which he was with a band called the Kingdom Come, another great German band out of the 80s. But here's our first studio album right there, Kingdom Come. Jeff Kotak was the drummer for these guys at the time. And this album came out in 1988, the year I graduated from high school. So anyway, but Jeff Kotak comes in, and ex-Kingdom Come, of course I said, and replaces Kurt Kress. Let's see, Kurt Kress came in, let's see here, I missed it somewhere. But let's see here. Well, I'll have to get into some of the past members, and I'll be able to tell you what album Kurt Kress came in. But on Eye to Eye, James Kotak comes in. That used to be the Kingdom Come. Replaces Kurt Kress on drums. So I think the last album that Herman Rarebell was on was Face the Heat, if I remember right. I don't think he was on Pure Instinct, so I think that's where Kurt Kress came in, was on the Pure Instinct album. And then James Kotak replaced him on the next album, Eye to Eye, in 1999. So Unbreakable in 2004. And that album I have ordered. I found a decent copy on eBay. I haven't received it yet, but hopefully that'll be coming any day now. But I've heard some stuff. I heard some stuff off of that, and thought it was a great album. And I never really gave that album a very good chance from back in 2004. I never gave that album a chance for some reason, but I finally listened to it here not too long ago, and I thought it was great, so I ordered it. And then Pal Makawoda comes in on bass and replaces Ralph Rakerman on bass. And then Humanity Hour 1, 2007. It's a concept album about robots and people fighting against each other. It's kind of about a new civil war that happens with robots and humans. But I listened to that and I thought it was just really, really good. So I got that ordered, and that's coming. And then the next album that came out after that is Sting in the Tail, which is right here. Really, really good album. Sting in the Tail came out in 2010, but just a really good album. I'm glad I own this because it's getting more expensive and it's getting harder to find also. But anyway, there's the inside. But some of the great songs off of this was Raised on Rock, Sting in the Tail. Sting in the Tail is such a really good song. Slave Me, The Good Die Young, No Limit, Rock Zone, another great song. Laura Lee, Turn You On, SLD, Spirit of Rock, The Best Is Yet to Come, another great song. So anyway, if you haven't heard this album yet, really good album. If you guys can't find CDs, a lot of these albums can be downloaded on Yahoo Music or any other streaming, any other streaming services out there. You can find this. And then after that, we have Return to Forever. Really great album also. And this came out in 2015. This one has, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bonus tracks. But this is a really good album, guys. Really good. Definitely a great album. Going Out with a Bang, We Built This House, Rock My Car, great song. House of Cards, All for One, Rock and Roll Band, Catch Your Luck and Play, Rollin' Home, Hard Rock in the Place, Eye of the Storm, the Scratch, and Gypsy Life. So anyway, right there, Return to Farewell. And this was their 50th anniversary tour that they did at the time. So anyway, great album. If you guys haven't listened to this, pick it up. And then as of recent, the last album they've done is called Rock Believer. Right there. Really good album, guys. This came out in 2022. So gosh, this cigar is doing good right now. A little more bolder right now. A little more a rich complex to it. Definitely getting a little more maybe of that of the espresso that it talked about, and getting a little more of the pepper again. Still getting some leather and cedar. Some nuttiness to it, but still getting a little of that pepper on the front of my palate and the other taste notes on the back of my palate. So, but with this album, we have Mickey D coming in and replacing Jeff Kotak on drums. Mickey D was with King Diamond, as well as Motorhead. And he replaced Jeff Kotak. Jeff was released due to a lot of personal demons he was fighting with alcohol, which affected how he acted, I guess, and so the Scorpions released him, and of course Jeff did pass away due to substance abuse with alcohol. So that that happened not too long ago with Jeff passing away. So rest in peace, Jeff. You're missed. I loved you with Kingdom Come. I thought you were a perfect fit for the Scorpions as a drummer. So you're definitely missed. But on the Rock Believer album, the lineup for this album is, of course, Claus Mine on vocals from 1969 to present again. Rudolph Schenker guitars, backing vocals, 1965 to present. Mateus Jabs, lead and rhythm guitars from 1978 to present. Paul Makawoda on bass, 2003 to present. And Mickey D on drums from 2016 to present. I can't believe Mickey D's been at the Scorpions that long. Mickey D is such a great drummer. If you guys have never listened to his drumming, go on to YouTube and type up Mickey D and do a search on him. His drumming is phenomenal. Check him out on some of the King Diamond videos. My gosh, he's such a good drummer. And when he was with when he was with Motorhead, such a great drummer with them too. So anyway, but that's the lineup for Rock Believer. Such a great album. But there's the inside of it right there. So that's the inside of that album. And again, this came out in 2016. Or I'm sorry, 2022. Mickey D came in 2016 to officially replace Jeff Kotak, or James Kotak, and to be the official newest drummer for the Scorpions. And he's still with them, of course, doing very well. So, but anyway, so there's that again, Rock Believer. A great album, guys. I definitely suggest you pick this up. And it's getting more expensive as well and harder to find. But such a great album. It definitely holds up to a lot of the older Scorpion stuff from the 80s, as well as these two albums too. So these albums as well, those albums hold up to the 80s stuff as well. So definitely a great album. And Scorpions have a lot of compilation albums out there. They got live albums, live DVDs. I don't have all of it, but I do have this compilation album, 20th Century Remasters. And they've got a nice amount of songs on this. But there's the back of it right there. And this came out in 2001. But another good photo of the Scorpions there. But anyway, this compilation album has Rock You Like a Hurricane, No One Like You, The Zoo, Loving You Sunday Morning, Still Loving You, Big City Nights, Believe in Love, Rhythm of Love, I Can't Explain, the Who cover from the Who, Tease Me, Please Me, Wind of Change, Send Me an Angel. If you can't find some of the Scorpion albums with some of the songs I've mentioned today, this is a good CD down with a little bit of a mixture of all their 80s stuff that they've done, 80s, early 90s. So definitely check that out. If you guys are looking for some other great German bands to listen to, again, definitely Kingdom Come. Close up of that. There's the back of it. There's Jeff Kotak right there when he was with Kingdom Come right there. That passed away recently. That was drumming for the Scorpions for a while. He had been with them for probably 10 plus years, I believe. Accept, another great German band. This is a live album I own of theirs called Staying Alive. Great live album from Accept. Warlock with Doro Pesch. Great band. See if I can get some of those pictures of the band there. Right there, you can see them. But that's a great live album also, and I also own the DVD to it. So really good band, Warlock. Doro Pesch is still out there touring, but Warlock's no longer. So anyway, so that's some stuff for you to check out. But anyway, so let me get into all the past members of the Scorpions. So Of course, Michael Schenker, he was only with them from 1902 to 78. Then he went on. He was also with UFO, another great British band. Another great British metal band, UFO. So Michael Schenker was involved with UFO until 72 when he joined the Scorpions. Then he left the Scorpions in 78 to start Michael Schenker Group, and they ended in 1986. And he was on guitars, of course. Uli John Roth, 1974 to 1977, joined UFO in 1973 for a short time. So he's no longer with them. Guitars, drums, Jürgen Rosenthal, drums in 1974. Rudy Lenners, drums from 1975 to 77, and then Kurt Kress came in and took over on drums. I'm sorry, never mind. I'm sorry. Rudy Lenners, 1975, 1977 on drums. And then Ralph Reicherman on bass, 1993 to 1999. And then James Kotak on drums from 1999 to 2016. Kurt Kress on drums, 1996 to 98. Francis Buchholz, bass, 1973 to 1992. And Herman Rarebell, drums, 1977 to 1996. Those are all the past members. And just a little more about the Scorpions. The Scorpions have released 13 consecutive studio albums that were made, or that were in the top 10 in Germany, one of which reached #1, as well as 3 consecutive albums that were in the top 10 in the Billboard 200 in the United States. Their latest studio album, Rock Believer, which was released in February 2022, this album has received mainly positive reviews due to its revisiting many of the sounds that fueled their superstardom peak. This album definitely holds up to the classics. Also, this album serves as a confronting reminder that the Scorpions are still capable of generating catchy rock anthems in their later years. The Scorps do not plan to stop anytime soon. Love Drive from 1979, Animal Magnetism from 1980, Blackout from 1982, Love at First Sting 1984, Worldwide Live 1985, Savage Amusement 1988, Best of Rockers and Ballads 1989, Crazy World from 1990 have all been awarded at least one platinum award in the United States. So that's pretty impressive. The Scorpions are estimated to have sold over 100 million records around the world, making them one of the best selling hard rock and heavy metal bands of all time. And again, one of the Scorpions' most recognized hits is Wind of Change from the Crazy World album in 1990, a symbolic anthem of the political changes in Eastern Europe in the late 1980s, early 90s, and the fall of the Berlin Wall. So anyway, let's see here. Wind of Change remains as one of the best-selling singles in the world with 14 million copies sold. 2 of the songs of the Scorpions' 9th studio album, Love at First Sting from 1984, Rock You Like a Hurricane, Still Loving You, are regarded as some of the most influential and popular works by the Scorpions, both in heavy metal music and among rock ballads defined as some of the best rock anthems and true hymns of love ever recorded. So, towards the end of the cigar, getting a little bit of a tighter draw, actually. But not too bad. A little bit of a tighter draw, but not too bad. It's not enough to where I need to put a poker through it or anything like that. But I'm gonna give it a little bit more of a touch up here. Give it a little more of a light, just to keep it going. It's not out, but I thought I'd better give it a little more a little more fuel here. so it doesn't burn out on me while I'm talking here. So right now with me talking, I'm not getting as many puffs in, it seems like, and uh, it's not burning out on me, but I'm just wanting to give it a little more of a relight anyway, just to keep that from happening. So, but in the last third now, and I'm gonna go ahead and take this band off. I always leave the bands on, as you guys know, just to prevent any cracking or the cigar falling apart. But there's the band again. Definitely don't want to take a risk on this unraveling or cracking. You guys know I leave the bands on, so when that warms up, that pectin loosens up. That's attached to the wrapper, and just much easier to take off and everything. So, and I don't have to worry about damaging my cigar. MTV has also described the Scorpions as ambassadors of rock. Rolling Stone describes the Scorpions as heroes of heavy metal. The Scorpions were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2015 during their 50th anniversary celebration and tour, which was this album right here that they were touring at the time that I talked about. Let's see here. Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Metallica, Megadeth, Testament, Skid Row, Cinderella, Doral Pesh of Warlock. Let's see here. Halloween, which is another great German band out there. And I have a hell of a time having a hell of a time finding Halloween music. I've got some stuff downloaded on my Yahoo streaming on my streaming app on my phone. But I've had a hard time finding their music. All these performers and groups, as well as Yngwie Malmsteen and Hanoi Rocks, all consider the Scorpions as a principal influence on the 80s hard rock heavy metal scenes. So anyway, and again, check out the wonderful song and video "You and I" from the album Pure Instinct from 1996. Oh my gosh, I remember watching that when I was younger, but I just revisited that video, and really good video. I really wish I would have picked up the album Pure Instinct at the time and given that more of a chance. But that song is just really, really good, and just very heartfelt kind of song. So, but anyway, that's it for the Scorpions. Hopefully this will help you guys get kind of turned on back to the Scorpions again and revisit some of their stuff. I really hope so anyway. And just want you guys to know that they're definitely a great band worth listening to and giving a second chance if you haven't done that for a while. So anyway, let me get into some shout outs real quick here. We've got let's see here, I've got 15 new members. So I got around, the last podcast we did, we had 1,494 members. And we've got another 15 now on top of that. So we've got roughly around, let's see here, I don't know, around, 505 members, or 1,509 members now. So anyway, welcome to all the new members. Let me read your guys' names off real quick. Marcos Reyes, Shane M. Sweeney, Allie Dan Shark Company, Irving Rodriguez, Kingston Jurgalet. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce some of these names better. Bob Winnix, Puffin with My Pearls, Kobe Fryer, Arthur James Withers III, Helena Morgan, Garrett Murphy, Lazaro Lorette Rojas Rodriguez, Amy Benz, Demetrius McIntyre, and Courtney Lynch. Those are the new members. I want to give out some shout outs real quick to members that have been with us for a little while or have been with us for a short time. that maybe I haven't had a chance to mention very well in the past that have all participated. Sorry about that. Had to get a puff in. These people have participated quite a bit in Harper Cigar Lounge, leaving comments, leaving posts, giving me feedback, sending me messages. People that have been great friends of mine over time. John Jones from here in Kimball, he's been a member since September 4th, 2023. John, thank you. Jesse James from Austin, Texas. He joined April 13th of last year. So thank you, James. Thank you for all the posts you put up on Harper Cigar Lounge and being a part of that. Jeff Pollock, he joined February 17th of 23. He lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Jeff, you've been a longtime friend. Thank you for being a part of all this. Howard Sinclair, a great buddy of mine that I've known for so long. He had joined February 15th of last year. He lives back in Torrington, Wyoming, where I used to live. Alfonso Valle Madero, October 11, 2023, he joined. He is in Ferrol, Spain. Thank you, Alfonso, for all your participation. Lisa G from London, UK. She joined March 12th of 2024. Thank you for all your participation, Lisa. Sorry. Jason Broadbent from Peoria, Arizona. He joined October 11th, 2023. Lisa, previous to that, joined March 12th of this year. And then, of course, Corey Banks of Cigar Junkies. He joined July 25th of last year. He lives in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And Christoph Lewis George, he joined September 1st, 2023 from Richardson, Texas. Jordan Sandell from Warren, Michigan. He joined September 19th of 23. Paul Buhack, February 16th of 23. Not sure where he lives exactly. CC Club out of Boston, Massachusetts. They joined November 13th of last year. And Arargi Baker, or I'm sorry, Margie Baker. From Torrington, great lady that I've known for a long time. She joined February 14th of 2023. And she's back in Torrington where I used to live. Let's see here. Then also we've got Aubrey Ballard, my son-in-law. He's in Rapid City, South Dakota. He joined February 15th of 23. David Fisbeck, a friend of mine for a long time since high school. He lives in Thornton, Colorado, and he joined February 14th of 2023. So there's all the shout outs I'm giving. Thank you everyone that's participated with Harper Cigar Lounge. And anyone watching today that you haven't joined my YouTube channel yet or my group page, let's see here. Trying to get this off here. Anyway, you guys, thank you for joining and for being a part of Harper Cigar Lounge. And again, Tim Swanson, you just joined the other day to my YouTube channel. Check out my group page on Facebook under Harper Cigar Lounge. But thanks for joining my YouTube channel. So thank you, Tim, for that. It's such an honor to know you. You've been my biggest hero and mentor for so long. So it's been great to know you and finally getting to connect with you a little better here lately. And thank you. And it's an honor to be a part of your group. And of course, I'll continue to buy cigars from you and support you in any way I can. So again, over in Phoenix, Arizona, thank you, Tim Swanson, Cigars Daily and American Viking Cigars. I really have enjoyed the cigar today. It's doing very well right now. I'm going to keep my rating at a 94 just because of the fact the relights I think were my fault for talking too much. But the construction still continues to do well. It's got a very even burn line. Great ash, great aromas. The draw seemed be a little bit tighter there for a moment, but it seems like it's okay. But anyway, overall, just a great cigar. Another great cigar of yours, Tim, and thank you so much for having your hand on these creations. And I got others that I want to finally smoke and try that I've had in my humidor for a while. So anyway, but I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today and for being a part of this. You guys are great. You're awesome. Love you guys. And I was going to tell you guys, catch my recent Dropping the Ash podcast that I did the other night. I discussed that cigar right there from Tim Swanson at American Viking Cigars, the Filthy Viking. Loved it. Definitely one of the best cigars I've ever smoked, next to this one. But check out my recent Dropping the Ash podcast to get to see how that review is on that cigar. But really, really good cigar. If you guys have never checked out Cigars Daily, make sure you check out Cigars Daily. That's where I buy a lot of my cigars. So make sure you check them out. But anyway, you guys, I've enjoyed this time with you. I don't want to keep you any longer. I know you guys got busy lifestyles as well, I'm sure. But cheers to you guys. And cheers to you guys. I hope this video today was enjoyable for you. I hope you've enjoyed this time with me. And again, thank you guys for all your support. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here. And just so you guys, if you guys are curious, this is my Boston Scally cap. I got a lot of Boston Scally caps. This is one of them. This is a Peaky. And there's my hat pin, the Peaky hat pin on there. So it's just a dark green hat. I'm trying to remember the name of that pattern on this, but really, really comfortable hat. All my hats are comfortable that I wear with Boston Scally. I might do a video sometime, maybe reviewing Boston Scally caps. Herringbone is the pattern on this, I'm sorry. Herringbone, it's a green herringbone, Peaky. They are so comfortable. If you guys have never worn a Boston Scally cap, go to bostonscally.com. Check all their hats out. They've got hats for holidays and summer, winter, for yard work, for if you're out in the rain. They've got hats that are, waterproof. They got such a huge variety of hats, and wearing them, I always forget that I'm even wearing one. They're so comfortable. I've gotten away from baseball caps just because of how comfortable these are, and they go great with any kind of clothes I wear. I can wear t-shirts, I can wear a suit, and they go with everything. They can be for dress or every day. So, but anyway, you guys check out Boston Scally if you've never worn a Boston Scally cap. All the reviews are really well. Great customer service, great quality hats, and so check them out. But anyway, this cigar, I know the timing was 60 to 90 minutes, but we're running into a little over 2 hours. So this cigar, or the total of this, I guess depending on how fast you puff, could run over a little 2 hours too, which this one is. So, but anyway, great cigar, guys. I'm going to keep my rating at 94. But again, thanks for hanging out today. Enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend coming up. And thanks for tuning in today. God bless all of you guys. Keep rocking. Keep smoking. And you guys stay safe and healthy out there. And I will see you very soon. I plan to be back next week with another podcast. I'm not sure what I'll be discussing yet in that, but I will plan on being back next week to see you guys again. Hopefully that works out with my schedule to be back next week. If not next week, we'll probably be looking at early April. But I think I can get back next week to see you guys. So anyway, God bless, guys, again. Keep smoking. Keep rocking. And I'll see you in the comments. Anyway, guys, thank you. Without you, I wouldn't be here. But again, check out my Facebook group page on Facebook. Join that. It's easy to join and sign. It's a public group. It's not private. Go to the YouTube channel that this is on. Please subscribe to my channel. Leave your likes, leave your feedback, share the content to other people out there that are maybe new to cigar smoking, maybe new to hard rock, heavy metal. But pass this on to even people that you know that are into hard rock, heavy metal, that have been around for a while, that have been smoking cigars for a while. This is the only podcast that discusses hard rock, heavy metal, and premium cigars. So anyway, thank you again for all your support, guys. And I will see you guys soon. But anyway, God bless, guys. And again, keep rocking, keep smoking. I'll talk to you later.